songs, so there's a lot of stories behind the songs. This next one, we're gonna go back a few years. We were out to dinner with a friend in Nashville, and he was talking about somebody that he worked with that had big hat, no cattle syndrome. I had not heard this particular phrase before. Y'all heard this phrase? Y'all use this phrase? Sometimes known as all hat, no cattle, all show, no go, all talk, no action. We all know somebody that fits the bill here. Please don't look at the person sitting next to you. It gets real awkward real fast.
Until you've heard the song.
Yes, absolutely. And then, I don't know, you do you. But, okay, so I'm like, this is a hilarious song. It needs to be a country song. Even if it already exists, I want to write it because I think it'd be funny. So I wrote it down on the phone. We went home and we wrote a chorus for the song Big Hat, No Cattle and thought it was hilarious. Okay. But then we got to working on the verses, and it wasn't like we couldn't write verse lyrics for it. Like I said, this is part of what we do. But we couldn't really we couldn't find verse lyrics that felt really authentic to us, like an authentic story to tell, and that's really important to us as songwriters. So we shelved it. And in songwriter speak, that means that you put the song away for like 47 years, and then you take it back out, and you're like, okay, maybe there was something there, and you finish it, or you scrap it completely and put it back on the shelf, any of those things. But we shelved it. So then fast forward to the end of our summer tour in 2019, and we were in a little town in South Dakota called Yankton. Anybody been to Yankton? Okay, yes. There's one in every event.
Everybody been to South Dakota? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have been to South Carolina? Just kidding. The other South.
Are you just checking?
I'm just checking to see if y'all are there. So anyway, yes, we were in Yankton, South Dakota. Very, very small place. And this place kind of reminds us of Tootsie's in Nashville. If you've been there, it's a honky-tonk. Oh, yes, it's fantastic. You walk in the door, the band's playing there right as you walk in the door on the stage, and everybody's cramped in there like sardines. Anyway, so this place in Yankton, South Dakota kind of reminds us of that. Anyway, so we like, when we're crossing the country and playing smaller shows and not on big stages like this one, then you're looking at the sound guy, but not tonight. Can we give a big round of applause to Jeremy and Keith, who are actually running sound and lights? Yes, thank y'all. Thank you.
They've been here. They've got a lot ahead of them too. So.
Yes, and so we didn't have to do it, which is fantastic. They're the ones that are making it sound good. So anyway, but when we're doing the smaller shows, then Chad is the sound guy, and then I'm the merch girl. And tonight we have so many people helping us with our merch table over there too, which is so fantastic. So we're off the hook for the night. But anyway, in South Dakota we were not. We like to have a little friendly competition to see who can tear everything down the fastest and get it ready to load into the truck. So that particular evening, I had won. And as the winner, I went to the bar to get myself a refreshment, sat there, and we're just gonna call him a cocky cowboy. This cocky cowboy approaches. It's the best way I can describe this individual. Anyway, cocky cowboy approaches, and he tells me in no uncertain terms that somehow in the course of the evening, he has determined that that he and I are gonna be leaving our spouses and running off together. And he was not joking.
I did mention that we're married to each other.
We are, yes, exactly, yeah. So
over 2 decades?
Yeah, a long time, yeah. You already mentioned that. You just got to stop talking about that. So anyway, okay. So anyway, he was being serious, y'all, and I was genuinely concerned because we've been in this business a long time. We hear all sorts of things, and most of the time you just laugh it off, say, "Oh, you're so sweet," whatever. But this guy was serious. I was trying to remember what drink you're ordering for the bartender to if you're in danger. It's an angel shot, by the way. Public service announcement number 1. I was trying to remember the hand motion you're supposed to make if you're in imminent danger. It's this followed by this. Don't just go like this. It's a weird fist bump situation. It does not do the same, does not have the same effect. Anyway, so trying to remember all these things. Finally, Chad comes back into the bar. Okay, I'm deer in headlights. I don't know how I got out of the conversation, but I did. Deer in headlights, walking up to him. I'm like, babe, we've got to go immediately. I'm about to be snatched in South Dakota. This is not a drill. Get in the truck. It's a real thing. Go, go, go. And he's saying, what could have possibly happened in the last 5 minutes? And I said, so many things I cannot unhear. Get in the truck. I'll tell you in the truck. So we get in the truck. I'm like, babe, we have got the verse lyrics for Big Hat, No Cattle. So
true story. You ready for this, South Carolina?
Long build up for it, but
sure. Listen closely. Here we go.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Do you kiss your mama with that mouth? Boy, you sure have got some nerve to be talking to me like that. Hey, Jack, I'm none of your concern, but you can't seem to take a hardline hint, so I'd really love to serve you with a slice of homemade humble pie, topped with a lesson you ought to learn. Cause you got a big head, no cattle, a high horse, broke saddle too big for your boots, falling out of them britches, not quite as good at the taking as you are at the dishing, but I call a spade, and I keep it throwing that shade. Bet you got a small gun and you're late to the battle with your big head. No cattle. Woo! Come on, true story, y'all. Well, why don't you shut up, buttercup, and quit your belly aching? Thanks for the drink, but no sir, I don't think I owe you a dang thing. You got some highfalutin talk, but it must be hard to walk with that ego the size of Texas. Rejection must come as a shock, cause you got a big head, no cattle, a high horse, broke saddle too big for your boots, falling out of them britches, not quite as good at the taking as you are at the dishing, but I call a spade, and I keep it throwing that shade. Bet you got a small gun and you're late to the battle with your big head. No cattle now. Hey. Well, you're polite and fancy, so extra, you were never gonna score. So you can kiss my sweet tea southern sass, cause I'm not your candy star. You got a big head, no cattle, a high horse, broke saddle too big for your boots, falling out of them bridges, not quite as good at the taking as you are at the dishing, but I call a spade, and I keep it throwing that shade. Bet you got a small gun and you're late to the battle with your big head. No cattle now. Hey! No, 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 no.
Yeah! Woo!
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, true stuff, true stuff. And that guy has no idea what we're saying about him in this song. So.
And it serves him right. So,
That's right.
You know, there we go. It'll come back to bite you.
We got some more